Well, I'll start again. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. Hello there to Spudboy, Dwight, One Pocket Slim, anybody else that's there. Well, I was wondering what that feeling was, Spudboy. Yeah, he's probably gone to reboot his PC, which is maybe not a bad thing. So we're here for yet another one lost side match. I've got the stats up. Now, Fast Eddie's high run for the tournament is 68, and he needs to be doing stuff like that, around that sort of figure in this match, if he's going to put pressure on Cobra. Cobra still holds the high run. Semi-Pro had a good go at it last night, didn't quite get there, managed to tie his high score for the tournament. But the other interesting thing is Cobra is at the top in terms of average run. Semi-Pro's in second place on 28, Cobra up there on 31. And if you look down, Fast Eddie is half that. So Eddie needs to be scoring more on the visits if he's going to survive tonight's little encounter. And the other thing, if we can get back to the bracket, the other thing, of course, we have Semi-Pro lying in wait, and he'll have a little wait, as I say, because Cobra and Fast Eddie, the winner's going to go through, and then they're waiting on the loser coming over to fill that spot, and that will be the loser, I'm pretty certain. Let me just double check. Yep, it will be the loser of the match, which I think is tomorrow afternoon at, sorry, tell a lie, Tuesday afternoon, between Matt, MC Clarkey and Acero. So that's where we are. We're getting down, right down to the bare bones of this tournament now. And who wants to win it? It's the two favourites, of course, are Cobra and Semi-Pro. They're both on the one lost side, and one of them's going to have to go sooner or later. And is it going to be tonight? Well, it's a tall order for Fast Eddie, but like I said, and I've been saying throughout this tournament, there's always that time when a player raises his game. It needs to be tonight for Fast Eddie. He cannot be wasting opportunities, and above all, he must stick it to Cobra. He must make him work for it. Now, I do believe that Steve said that that he won't be here at the start of this. I've got Discord up, and no doubt when he does appear, he'll appear in the room. So I'll leave it at that for the time being, and when he appears in the room, we'll know he's there. What's Semi-Pro saying? I noticed on Black Ball that I'm on the list for fines. When have I quit during a game? I've quit mid-match, but I've said I'm done, and well done, opponent. I think it's a bit harsh. I'm on that list. Well, you've done it. You've done it once, so you're an offender. Good afternoon to Bill. You've been tarred with the same brush as Stub. Didn't stick with it to the end. Well done to Europe. The Americans put up a good battle. I believe obviously haven't seen any of it, but the Americans did make them work for it in the end, but it was just too tall in order for them. Well, Fast Eddie's in the lobby, which is good. We know he probably did just maybe do a reboot. Welcome to Chimpy. So we are about maybe getting on for a minute away from this room going up. So we need the predictions now. If it goes, I mean, I can't believe it's going to be as bad as last night in terms of being one-sided. I think Fast Eddie's got a lot more about him than what Chiku had, but he does need to get that good start. If he can win the lag, stick Cobra in, and then put something on the board, something decent. 15 isn't decent. 30 or 40 is a good start. And if he can get more than that, that's a bonus. But his high run, as I say, is only 68. And compare that to Cobra's 110, and Cobra's average is double what Fast Eddie's is. Eddie has to step up to that next level tonight, or he's gone. That is it in a nutshell. Chimpy says 150 to 46 to Cobra. Well, once we've been in for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, we'll get a better idea. But like I say, I'm hoping that there's a match. I'm hoping Eddie pushes Cobra. I don't want to see him fall apart. I want to see a decent match, and I want to see Cobra having to work for his win. We know he's the favourite. We know he's the strongest player out of the two. So it could be a good day for Fast Eddie, or it could just be another straightforward win for Cobra. Room is up. They're probably in. And off they go. In fact, I missed the lag. And Cobra won the lag. And Fast Eddie didn't get the cue ball safe. Oh, and Steve is in the room, right, so we'll get him in. Good afternoon. I thought you said you weren't going to be here in time, Steve. But anyway, welcome.
I believe it's going to be the Tuesday match I'm missing.
So I missed the lag, but obviously Cobra won the lag, stuck Fast Eddie in. Oh, and Cobra's made the first mistake. Well, the second mistake. If you include
that was Fast Eddie. That was Fast Eddie that just shot that.
No, not according to my screen. It wasn't.
Oh, am I screwed up again? God, what is going on here? This is the second time this has happened.
I'm looking at Fast Eddie at the table at the moment.
I just came back in and it still says, well, one of us is messed up.
Right, hang on. Let me leave the room.
Now I've got Cobra.
Let me come in. Maybe it's me that's out of sync. Yeah, Cobra's at the table. You're right enough. It might be that I just came in. In fact, I came into the room just as they were starting the match after the lag, so it was me that was out of sync.
So that's not a good start for Fast Eddie, because he needs to not miss balls.
Well, this is exactly what you didn't want. But there is...
Mark, I can always rely on you for that one.
There is a problem, of course. There's more than one problem, but there is a combo down the rail.
Semi-pro because it was last World Championship.
Yeah, he's annoyed that he's been tagged as an offender.
Yeah,
he said he's not a repeat offender, but what the idea is that you're not going to be a repeat offender.
Yep, exactly. No, I mean the first time offense is a fine. I did fine you, although I think you got it back because what I did was Albin didn't enter and you'd paid the fee and I let Albin in, so I just never refunded your money, but then you got back in, so actually you still owe $300 for that fine.
Now he's going to fine you again.
Thanks for reminding me.
You walk into these things semi-pro, if you kept your mouth shut you'd have been fine.
Yeah, the first offense is $300. The second offense is $600. The third's $1,000. The fourth's $2,000. Stubbs up to $2,000. I don't think he'll do it again after I find him $1,000.
Welcome to Larry. I think Cobra might be in trouble here, is he? He certainly is. He certainly is in trouble here. He might have to kick that 14 in.
14 in, yep, for sure. Or, I mean, that's his best shot.
Yeah, he's got to call the 14. I don't think it's worthwhile trying to manufacture anything else out of this lot because there's nothing good here.
Well, you can bank the 7, but I don't like that
Nah.
shot. Not with these big pockets. With these big pockets, you could scratch. Now this is one kick that I probably would not go rail first on that 14, just because of how it's sitting and where the cue ball is, the angle you've got. I would probably try to hit just the outside edge of the ball. If you
Let
go
me.
rail first, there's too much of a chance you're going to hit the
Oh,
opposite point.
he changed the call. What's he calling? What ball they
He's
calling?
going to cut the 13. Either that or he's playing it off the 11. He's either playing off the 11 or cutting it, and
I don't
they're
see the
both
problem with
fine.
this.
I mean, that shot of playing a 13 off the 11 is a lot easier than most of the players probably think if they practice these shots. He just cuts it
That's a
in.
good shot.
That was a very good shot. So I'm sure you saw Koping.
No, I haven't saw
Koping
it.
Chung won the U.S. Open last night.
What was the score? 13.
13-6.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Boris did not play that great, and Cole played very well. It wasn't a mistake-free match by either of them. And the thing is they just weren't getting racks they could run out. I think Boris' first run out, break and run, was his 6th game, and I don't think Cole had one until maybe his 8th game.
Hang on a minute. Oh, I thought that was going to the short rail there.
There was a lot of safety play, and guys having to duck where they got out of line, and it just shows that the changes Master made are working as far as keeping it from being a breaking contest. But the speed of the tables, they finally got the speed of the tables right. I mean, remember when I complained about how ridiculously fast they were, and I kept telling you that VP was right and you were wrong because you were looking at that crap on TV that they were doing?
Well, I wanted it as fast as that.
Well, now they've got the tables at a good speed. They're at about the speed of the VP tables.
So Matchroom's been looking at VP4 and decided we're right or you're right and they're wrong.
Sure. Actually, I think they've probably been talking to the players. They went to 9 on the spot. They went to break box because if the players have to play 9 ball, they at least should play with a table that makes it so it's not a breaking contest. The pockets are way tighter than they used to be. So the tables that they're playing on now are basically what the tables at hard times were like. I mean, pretty close to that, and that's pretty cool to see.
Bedhead says, well, good afternoon to Bedhead. He says Gost was up 6-4, and then
he was.
His opponent got 7 in a row. Was that 7 breaking runs in a row, or was
no,
that?
No,
it wasn't.
He won 7 in a row.
Yeah,
he did not break and run 7 in a row.
Well, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, well, Jana has been fined. Jana got, I think it was a couple $1,000 fine.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes that.
He's been fined before.
It's
don't
not
think
that...
I'm picking on you. I've made it a hard, fast rule at the World Championships. Well, that's what everybody says. People say Stubb needs to be banned. Some people said you need to be banned, Chippy. So I mean,
he did it last night. That Jana.
But I will say that if we took a vote of who should be banned, it would probably be Stubb first and Jana second.
Well,
I didn't say you did anything. I'm just saying what people say.
You're Dutch for a start. That's one good reason.
Yeah, that's one big strike against you.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, well, maybe I have to fine Jana again. Maybe he's due for another fine.
Yeah, Mark's hit it right in the head there. Well, Fast Eddie is going to be getting to the table possibly at some time, but he's going to have to dish up straight away, I think.
Don't get your panties in a knot, Chimpy. You gotta have a little bit of a thick skin around here. At least as far as I'm concerned, because I'll pick on anybody, and everybody picks on me, and that's fine.
Well, Steve, you have to accept that, because you're the one to blame for all the troubles in VP4. We can't blame anybody else. We have to blame the obvious person.
Oh, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. You know, you wouldn't believe the crap I've heard people say to me. Some of it probably deserved, some of it not, but
Well, we need a little study of this table here. Well, the 7 and the 1 aren't a combo. They're going to have to be made. I don't believe Cobra's fancies that.
the thing about Cobra is he works his way through racks really well. I
That's
mean, I
dead
wouldn't
set.
say he plays the greatest patterns all the time, but he thinks things through and figures out how to get out.
Now, I take it he's trying to avoid collision here. Yeah.
Yeah. Although that's terrible. I'm not sure where he was trying to put the cue ball with that. I think he was probably trying to get above the 11.
I'm surprised he didn't dink that out to play that combo.
He's probably going to have to shoot the 14. Let me say this about that kind of shot. If you've got that kind of real touchy shot where the harder you hit it, more chance to hit the 7, but you need 11, but you need to hit it easy to get it to draw back enough. When you get that kind of shot, you need to think twice about shooting it, because you know, especially in real life, you know, that's where you can really dog the stroke. But you know, same kind of thing in VP. You know, at least as far as the speed goes, you can dog it, and that's what Cobra did. You want to avoid that kind of shot.
Well, he's going to get rid of one of the potential break balls. He'll still have one.
Well, the 15's not a good break ball. He's getting rid of the one you want to get rid of. Oh, he didn't need that bump. Now he's in trouble.
Well, he's
going to have to shoot the 3, I think, or the 6.
Yeah, the 7 and the 1 are still okay in terms of potting them into the other pocket, but they're not, again, anywhere near set.
Well, one thing about Cobra is very good at potting balls. I mean, he's one of the absolute best at making balls. And that's a huge advantage, because when you do screw up, I kind of like shooting the 6 myself just because it's close, but
thanks for that, Spud Boy.
The 3 is probably a better shot. He's going to bank the 6.
Because Romario was the name I was trying to think of last night when I was talking about the 3 cushion.
I would cut the 6. That shot's a lot easier than it looks because of the big pocket. Of course, when you bank like that, why not bank it? Because, you know, when you hit a shot that thin, the ball's going to be going slow, and you can hit way up the rail and it still go in.
Well, I'm worried because we've not seen Romario for a long time. I hope he's okay or whatever.
I don't think you want to be in a Turkish prison. Anybody ever see what was the name of that movie? Night something or other? What was the name of that movie, Hugh, about the Turkish prison?
Well, if it was made in the last 30 years, I won't have seen it.
It's probably about 30 years old.
Well, the only films I've seen out of the last 30 years are The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption. Everything else is shit.
Yeah, I think it's older than The Green Mile. It might be older than Shawshank Redemption, too. It's at least the 90s.
Well, he's going to have problems here, no doubt about that. Because this 9 ball's going to the rail.
He's playing this rack horribly. Of course, if you still make
or
balls...
1 ball, sorry, not 9.
Yeah, he's really playing this rack poorly. Cobra says not getting any easier in the chat. Yeah, you're screwing it up, Cobra.
It's true, but he still got 26 points on the board that aren't Eddie's.
But, you know, he's kind of got an iron gut. Nothing really bothers him. He can do this shit, and just somehow, you know, figure out how to get out, and it doesn't seem to bother him, and that's actually a pretty good attribute.
The thing is, he's going to, if he's playing the bank, he's avoided the 1, he's got the bank, he's trying to get down in the 3, and he might get out of this yet.
He's fine. Oh, he will. Let's just take it 2 rails, and I mean, you could go 1, but I'd rather go 2 here.
He might just
because you're
check
sure
it
of the
up.
line.
No, well, looking at the angle he's got, I'd be less inclined to check this up. I'd go 2 rails, I think, looking at that.
Yeah, you got to spin it. You got to spin it though to go 2 rails. I mean, it's one of those spinning shots. So he's going to draw it. See, this I would not do. I would always hit this shot with only side.
Well, he dragged it and he's controlled it very well.
And he's very good at that shot. But that's one of the weaknesses of his games, is that he relies on that shot too much when there's other shots that are simpler. But he does it very well. His draw control is something else. It's by far the best I've seen on this game.
Yeah, that was Pink Floyd's last performance.
Yeah, Gorst missed that same shot last night with the ball 6 inches from the pocket. He tried to drag the ball with spin on it and came up a little short, and it hit the tit and hung up. I mean, the cue ball was literally 2 feet from the object ball, and the object ball was maybe 8 inches from the pocket, and he missed it.
Well, the interesting thing already is that Cobra's almost up to his average for this tournament in terms of points scored on each visit, or his average points scored.
Your patterns are better in Cobra's. You don't always play what I think is the right pattern, but they're considerably better than Cobra's.
Good evening to Tommy.
He just doesn't screw up as much as you do. That's his huge advantage. He just doesn't mess up much, even when he gets all funny.
Right.
Now, for sure, I'm shooting this 12 and letting the ball drift across so that I can shoot the 4 or the 6 or the 11. Because you want to get behind there and get those balls out of there.
Well, that's a bit dodgy, because he could end up blocking himself if he did that, I think.
Nah, you'd have to hit it terrible. Are you talking about the shot he just shot, or going behind?
The shot you were talking about to get to like the 6 or the 4?
No, because you're coming across. The worst case, you run into something like the 14 or the 9. I mean, and you always have a shot there. But he's fine. I mean, he decided to move those balls now, and that's okay. I mean, that's,
Dead set, 15-2.
Yeah, I'd still shoot the 7 here.
Has he got the angle to
bump that? Shoot the 7 and roll forward. No, shoot the 4, shoot the 6, because you want to get those balls out of there. He's going to go that way. Now he's got a chance to start moving balls. He's funny on the 6, though. He's going to have to shoot the 4. Oh, he's going to shoot the 11. That's fine, too. Because those balls are blocking other balls. I'll probably go 4, 14, 6.
Now, there's no break ball this side.
He may shoot the 7 here.
Where's his break ball, Steve? 14?
Well, he can bump it. He can bump it now, but if he does that, he's going to probably have to shoot the combo. Yeah, see, he could have easily made the 2 a break ball, but then he was probably shooting a 14-9 combo. Might have had a shot on the 15, but you couldn't plan on that. I would have ran into the 2 and probably shot the combo there, because, well, he's got the 13 ball, so I take that back. I would have done what he did. There's no reason to give yourself a combo when you don't need a 13's fine. The 14's fine too. I mean, Cobra is very smart. He's really anal. I bet I'd love to see his sock drawer and see what it looked like. I bet it's pretty tidy.
Well, he's going to be breaking from the back of the pack the way I see it.
Well, he doesn't have to, but see, now he wishes he got that 6 ball out before, because the 9 won't go there. The 14 will, but yeah, he's going to shoot this 13 so he can go behind and get the 6. And this is why I would have taken a 6 earlier, because now all of a sudden it becomes an issue.
Now, what was he trying to get on there? Was he trying to get on the 9?
He's just trying to get on the 6, I think. So, his this is a little tricky because he's probably, either way he plays this. If I wouldn't, he could play to get on the 9. He's still got the 15 if he rolls too far. So he could play for the 9 if he wants to, or he could play to shoot the 9 last.
No, Tommy, have you not seen the lobby? The 2 tournaments are up. They go.
Yeah, this is no good. I'm a little surprised he didn't try to play for the 9 there, because he still had the 15 if he didn't get it. Because this is tough now.
Is it the 20th and then a week later for the next one? There's 2 tournaments up. Tommy, you've got the 3 cushion tournament and you've also got Blackball. They're already up and they're live for sign-ups.
Well, these aren't over yet, Tommy. We don't usually start them before the next ones are at least pretty close to over. And you got to get enough people signed up. It usually takes, I mean, I don't usually do them less than 3 weeks. Not saying I haven't, but, well, that's a great shot, but it's still no good. So here we go around the world, because that's what he needs to do here. He needs to go around the table. So this is 4 rails. So you're going to bring the cue ball back to the pocket you're shooting a 9 in.
Yeah, down this side.
You gotta be a little careful about scratching there. So you got to get the line. So ideally, it would be nice to bring the line where you came to the long rail. Oh, he didn't hit it.
He's not hit it.
No, he didn't hit it.
No, hang on a minute.
No,
hang on a minute.
it's never getting there. He didn't hit it.
No, definitely not.
And see the line? He was going right at the corner pocket. He needed to get that tighter and come into the long rail.
Well, the run is 42.
The 4 railer is a shot that actually comes up in 9 ball a lot. I don't know how many of you guys are used to shooting it, but that comes up in 9 ball quite a bit when, you know, you get on the 8 funny to the 9 and you got to go 4 rails to shoot the 9. That happens a lot.
Well, that's the start that Fast Eddie had to get, I think, to have a you know, give himself a fighting chance in this thing. And
what, getting to 0?
No. What I'm saying is Fast Eddie needed the sort of start that Cobra's just made.
Oh. I was confused there. I thought you said he got the kind of start he needed. I was like, oh boy. Now,
well,
I like
Eddie's going backwards here.
Spud Boy's favorite number is 42. That's like, what is that? Your high run? It's got to be. That's the only person in the world I've ever heard say that their favorite number is 43.
That's like a Forrest Gump number, that one. That's the sort of number Forrest Gump would like. 42. Well, I said that this match might not be as you know, such a gap between the 2 players, the result last night, but it's not looking good already.
Yeah, well, you know, Fast Eddie makes a lot of mistakes, and he can't afford it against Cobra unless Cobra gives him a lot of chances, and that's not what Cobra usually does. So he's got himself in a little pickle here, huh? I like shooting a 1 ball up in the corner myself.
Well, whatever he does do, he's hampered.
The 6 ball's not bad either. The 6 ball you can roll, and you got a shot on the 11.
Well,
yeah, he didn't roll it, but he's fine. He's got shots. You gotta be a little careful shooting this 10 because it can come off the 7 and go right in behind that 313 and put yourself in a bad place. If you're gonna hit this 10, I would hit it with some speed. Yeah, he hit it with enough speed that he got into the 13 ball, or not enough speed where he went straight into the 7. It's all good now, except for the fact he doesn't really have a shot. I guess he's going to shoot the 1 or the 11. Yeah, Fast Eddie is just, you know, he doesn't have the kind of game to play against somebody that gives him just a few chances. I think that's the biggest problem with the players on VP4 that are good players but are having trouble getting there in these big events, is that they're just not good enough when they get just a few chances. And that's a hard thing to learn because That to me, in my opinion, that's the hardest thing to learn.
Well, he's got a cut in the 12. That's what he's going to have to take.
Yep. Oh no, he's screwed up a lot. He's had a little fortunate, and he's pulled out a lot of great shots to get out.
Now, when he plays this cut in the 12, he's got to try and stay in the middle of the table to leave this 3 of the 2.
Oh yeah, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Universe. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a weird program.
Well, the book. You should read the book here.
Oh, I don't read.
The book's a weird book too, but like everything else, the book's better than the movie or whatever it was.
I bought The Lord of the Rings a long time ago, and I still never finished it.
I've read that twice. The second time I read it, I read it in four days. Read the whole trilogy in 4 days.
I'll tell you something though. The reason I did stop it is because the films were getting released.
I should have read it.
That's
the book's better than the films. Although they did do a good job in the films. That was one of the first movie series based on a book where they actually followed the book. I mean, the problem with movies is they don't follow the book. So since that, at least for science fiction and fantasy, they're trying to follow the books more. All the things coming out, they try to follow the books, because after failing and failing and failing, a la Dune, you know, I think they finally figured out, gee, we should follow the books.
Well, if I remember rightly, I think in Minas Tirith, when what do you call one of the hobbits? Gandalf leaves him in Minas Tirith, and I think in the book, I think he meets a character there, but that character isn't in the films. Not that it was an important character. You see, they didn't put everything in it that was in the books, and they definitely left out a character, but he wasn't important to the overall story. That's the one reason they left it out. I can't remember what character it was, but I do know from reading the book to that point that what was his name? One of the hobbits, the Scottish hobbit, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
And was that
mind blank?
That nutcase that tried to...
It's the guy with the more fair hair.
What was his name? I don't know. Anyway.
But in the meantime, Cobra just missed a combo that he shouldn't have missed. I mean, I can't believe he missed it. But that's straight pull, you know. You end up missing some shot where you're like, how did I miss that?
Well, Fast Eddie's in a plus now.
Yeah, well, you know, Fast Eddie needs to play out of his mind. He knows a lot about straight pull, but he his cue ball movement's a little suspect, and he shoots a lot of wild shots. He can keep the game simple and, you know, play with what he knows. He's trying to bump the 8, but he didn't hit it hard enough. That was the right shot. See, that's an example of doing the right thing, but doing it the wrong way. When you put check on the ball like that, you got to hit it quite a bit harder.
Yeah, because you're killing the pace off the rail.
And this is no good. Oh,
well,
it is good.
This is perfect.
Yep. That was a beautiful
That was
shot.
excellent.
I thought it wasn't going to catch it full, but it did. Yeah, that's the kind of shot you don't want to have to shoot, but he pulled it off. So let's see if he can put something together. I mean, he's certainly capable of running 50 or more. Let's see what his high run is.
His high run's 68. It's 68, Steve.
Yeah.
And he needs really, something like that now.
He does know how to play straight pull better than a lot of the players in this tournament, but he, you know, he's just got too many inconsistencies in his game, you know, to run 150 or 200.
I don't see him adjusting the cue here. Is he actually still in the room, I wonder?
I don't know.
I think he might be gone.
Yeah, there it just moved. No, it just moved, didn't it? Yeah, he's still here.
I don't see anything happening. Oh, there we go.
Okay, that's a nice break shot. So.
Well, has he got a shot though?
Yeah, he's got the 14. I'll be a little careful how you hit this.
Well, he just wants to tickle that one ball, doesn't he, and just stay there.
You kind of got to stun into it a little bit, a soft little stun. You know, because if you hit it too soft, you know, you could be locked on it because of where it is. This is a little bit of a funny shot. You know, you got to put a little speed on it, but you can't overcut that. Oh, he just came back.
Well, he's going to
Oh,
play
that's
the
a good
combo
play.
instead. Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I like that play. That's a nice play there. He didn't have to take the chance with the funny shot. That's a smart play. But yeah, this rack's sitting pretty good. I mean, he's got some break balls and stuff. He'll have to figure out how to work through it. Yeah, see, that's the kind of play I'm talking about.
Yeah, you know, winding it
It's
up and then not really knowing
yeah,
where the cue ball's ending up.
and I'm not saying in that situation it was horrible. I mean, that wasn't, you know, that wasn't really the worst play in the world in that situation because he needed to get the balls apart. He had an easy way to get to them. But when you do that, you're definitely taking a chance with the cue ball ending up bad on you. It would be preferable not to have to do that to get the cue ball in a place where you had a more controlled break shot where you knew you were getting a shot for sure. What I tell you about that Koping Chung guy, that kid is a tremendous talent. I just can't believe it took him till he was 28 to win a title like this because I thought he'd win something like this 4 or 5 years ago. It's just
Yeah,
pool is hard.
they're hard events to win. You know, the amount of players that are in it.
Well, I tell you, talent-wise, that kid's like one of the most natural players I've ever seen. I just think mentally he just had to get over some humps before he was gonna get there.
Now, is he going to play the 6-11-9 combo?
I hope not. I mean, you just stun this across. You got all those balls there. You got the 2 and 7 going aside, the 6,
Now,
11, and 9 all go in. I just stun this across. Now he's going to back it up, which, you know, this isn't the worst idea, except that's kind of loose.
yeah,
See,
the angle he's
now,
got in the 13, now he's heading into them.
well, he can shoot the 2 ball.
He would have liked to have sort of potted the 13 and stalled there and get rid of the 6 or something.
You know, now he's got to shoot the 2 jacked up over the 15. I would have stunned straight across in the gap there because you had so many balls that you could shoot at. And now he's shooting a 13, which I don't like. He's going to run into the 6. And, you know, I mean, this will probably work out. But again, this is not really what you want to be doing. Now he ran into the 11.
Well, has he got that?
Yeah, you know, now, I mean, it was just a bad shot. So
he can play it up table. He can't play it into the side.
He may know a fair amount about playing straight pull, but that's a terrible pattern. I mean, he just shot the wrong shot twice in a row.
Well, if he's going to play the whatever ball that is, the 15 up the rail, he's got to come across to get on that 7. He's got the angle, obviously, but does he want to let the cue ball leak away up table for the 7? No, I don't know what this is all about.
I don't know. He's probably he must be planning on shooting the 9. The 4 ball's tight. Plus it's the break ball. I guess he does have the 11 now. And if you're going to shoot this, you got to stun it across. He's going forward. That's no good because it's just the path is not good. You have to stun this. If you stun it, you're going to come up with a shot for sure. You're going to bump the 2 or slide across. You're going to have the 6 or 9.
Oh, he's caught the 11.
He did stun it, but he missed it.
He's got the 11. And again, only 14 on the board.
And
well, 13, sorry, was -1.
So one of the differences in these two players is, you know, Cobra doesn't play wonderful patterns either. I think his patterns are better than Fast Eddie's, but his patterns aren't wonderful either. The difference, though, is that Cobra's never going to miss that shot. I mean, he's just, you know, he hardly ever misses balls.
That's one thing about Spud Boy. Occasionally he types something in the chat that you have no clue what the hell he's talking about, and that's one sentence there that he's just typed that I have no clue what he's talking about.
I think he means his pipes are vibrating when he turns on the water.
He's got plumbing problems. Well, this 7 ball will break out the the little problem is he's quite tight in the housey angle in this 7-0. I don't fancy that. I don't fancy that.
You just haven't won enough. That's the problem. Or lost enough. You haven't lost enough. I'll tell you what.
Well, he's
when
played
you start
it.
talking about, guys say to me, gee, how do I get to your level? And I'm like, well, I guarantee you that I've lost many times over the number of games you've played. You have to play a lot. You've got to lose a lot, and that's just the nature of it. And for some people, it comes faster than others. For me, it didn't come very fast.
Well,
Ko Ping Chung, it really didn't come very fast. But if you go back and look at players, like you look at Shane in 23, great player. Didn't win a lot. He didn't win a lot till maybe 26, 27. It's not that uncommon for Shaw was the same way. Great player when he was young.
that's what I meant to ask. Who beat Shane Van Boney? Who knocked him out?
Oh, I don't remember. He lost pretty early on. He's he hasn't been playing as good lately. I don't know if it's age or a woman or what. I mean, there's 3 things that get pool players: age, women, and drugs.
Drink.
Well, that's a drug.
Oh, he's dead now. Is he?
Yeah.
Is he? Or has he got that 15 into the...
I doubt he's got anything. See, now I'll tell you what the problem was with that. He got some angle, but he hit directly into the end ball. If he would have just got to the other side of that end ball, he would have probably been okay. But hitting directly into the end ball coming back like that, he would have been better off, having less angle and hitting the outside of it. You either got to hit it at a speed where you can drop back so that you're coming past that end ball.
I don't
try
think
to catch a piece of it. He might be
think
able to shoot the 14.
Can he get to that 14? Well, he's calling it. Where's he calling it? Corner pocket?
All in the corner.
This will be a good shot.
Well, I got to wonder about this. I might just play safe here. Well, safety doesn't look that easy.
Oh, that's well done. Is it going to hold? Is it going to hold?
Look at this.
Yes, it is. And
What
he's
a
good
shot.
to go.
Yeah, why play safe when you can do that? Well, I mean, if you're Fast Eddie, you got to be starting to get a little discouraged. But the good news for Fast Eddie is this match is not anywhere close to being over.
No, not yet. But
if Cobra runs, 50 or more balls here, it's going to start getting tough for Eddie. Talking about Cobra, was I talking bad? Might have been about you then. I don't know. I can't remember when that comment was.
I was saying before you arrived, Steve, the Americans did put up a reasonable battle in the end in the Ryder Cup. It was just too much, though, wasn't it?
No, it was just, I mean, you can't get down like that. They needed a miracle, and Europe's got too many talented players, to really get beat badly in the signals. And it was too big a hill to climb.
Well, where's the Ryder Cup in the States next time? Is it that'll already have been announced?
Cobra too consistent. Well, he's very consistent, but he could be a lot better at this game if he learned to play better patterns and learned more about the break shot. I think he is getting better at it. It's just slow, and that's kind of typical with pattern play. Is it's slow?
Oh, he's getting to it too much. He was trying to go on that 8. I'm convinced that's what he was trying to do. He was trying to just leave himself, just off square on that 8 ball to do the damage, and he's he's
okay still. I mean, these balls aren't sitting terrible. He's okay. He can shoot the 8 and then shoot the 15 and then shoot the 4 ball. And get into the 6. I mean, he's fine.
He's not really
Well,
got
he
through
didn't
for the
roll
15,
forward.
has
He
he?
didn't roll forward enough. I guess he's going to
Well, he's
shoot the
going,
forward now.
yeah, that'll do it. Now, I think he wants to play this gentle just so the 4 gets the hole. I don't think he wants to nudge balls too far away here. In fact, he's missed it. He's missed it.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. I mean, the 4 ball's out of there. The 2 go and the 6 go. I mean, it's the 2 goes. The 6 has only got part of a pocket, but you know, there's no there was no reason to really have to move those balls.
Well, now he's good.
Yeah.
Now, what about, well, they're both in the pack, so the 5 ball's a break ball.
The simple thing to do in this situation is shoot the 2, roll off the end rail, and then shoot the 6 on the side where his cue is. Oh, I guess that 6 went easier than I thought. So he's going to leave the 15 for a break ball. We'll see if he, or the 5, I mean, and we'll see if he decides to play from the 1, which is what I would favor. Yeah, he's going to go. He got funny. He's going to have to draw this.
Well, I hope he hasn't forgot about that 1 ball in the short rail here.
He may go forward and then try to go up table. But if he gets funny on this 15, it could be a problem. Yeah, he's going to draw it. The good thing about this is you're almost guaranteed unless you overhit at an angle. And he overhit it to not get an angle. This is a shot you don't want. This is what you didn't want. Now, I would go forward on this every time, and I'll tell you why. Because I know that I can come away and not roll up on top of the 1 ball. He cheated the pocket a little, which is fine. I mean, he's perfect.
Well, the lead is however many that is.
This is like, I put a half a Q-tip up on this. It's hitting a little high on the 7. I put a half a Q-tip a top on this, just a teeny bit, just to hold the ball. Yep. Oh, that's well done. Nice. I'm not sure he put a little top on it. He might have just stunned it, but the cue ball was good.
Peanut butter and dogs. That's hilarious. Stick some peanut butter on a spoon and let your dog lick at it.
Yeah, of course Cobra works at it. That's why he's getting better. I mean, you're getting better too. I've noticed that you shot some of the break shots a little differently last match, and that's good. You know, you just got to keep working on it.
I'm taking credit for your better performance, Spud Boy, because I roasted you in that last straight pool tournament you were in. You were bloody awful. A high run of about 4 or something you had in it. But you did an awful lot better this time round. That's a line out of what do you call it? One of the Pink Panther movies, where Clouseau goes into the hotel and the old guy's sitting down and Clouseau says, "Does your dog bite?" And he says no, and Clouseau goes over to the dog.
It was a woman.
No, it was an old guy. I've seen the clip on YouTube. It was an old guy.
It was a woman.
No, it wasn't. It was an old guy. Well, they must have done it more than once, and you saw a different clip, because he says to the old guy sitting, he's running the hotel. He's sitting with either a pipe in his mouth, he's got glasses and grey hair.
At the reception desk.
Yeah, and Sellers says, "Does your dog bite?" And he says, "No." And he goes over to the dog. Larry's right. Larry agrees with me. And the dog goes, "Rrr!" And he said, "I thought you said your dog didn't bite." That's not my dog.
Yeah, well, I guess it's my memory. My memory's
That's another flawed. Thing. That's another thing that goes when you start getting old.
I guess. My memory's always been flawed, so.
Well, this is like shelling peas, as they say, this table. 3 balls sitting pretty good, I would imagine.
Good evening, Tim.
Oh, welcome to Tam.
He needs to play a little bit more like, you know, triangles of balls. That's kind of one of the little heuristics for straight pool. You know, play little triangles. And the reason why I say little triangles is because they're close together and they tend to be stop shots or little roll shots. Kind of one of those old straight pool adages.
I was watching clips of what do you call it? You guys don't get that over in the States, but there's clips on YouTube, and I was watching a clip of what's his name? That punk poet. What's his name? Oh, Tam will know who I'm talking about if he's watched what do you call it? Cats Does Countdown.
Oh, I've watched Cats Does Countdown.
And what's his name? Dr. John. He's like a Scouser. He's from Liverpool, I think, or he's from Manchester. And he's probably knocking on 70 now. He's got dyed black hair. He wears dark glasses, and he's a poet. And every time he's on the show, they get the contestants to write a poem, and he judges it, and they get 5 points if he thinks it's good. Anyway, he usually reads out a few of his poems, and one of the poems he read, he writes some very short ones, and one of them was, what was the line? He says, now this is in a Manchester accent, which I'm not going to try and do. Who the hell's that? No, not him. Dr. John something or other. What's his name? He says, fed up of love and all that palaver. Avacadabra.
Yeah, that's a hilarious show. I've watched tons of YouTube videos.
John Cooper Clarke, that's him. Yeah, the guy's brilliant. He's great with some of the stuff he does. But that one is just a short poem he wrote. He actually calls it necrophilia.
And that show's got everybody's favorite woman, Rachel Riley.
Oh, Rachel, yeah. She's had about 16 kids in the last 3 years, I think.
Yeah, you know, Cobra is just, that's the thing is, if you watch semi-pro play, he plays a lot of those little triangle patterns. He probably doesn't do it on purpose, but he just does it a lot. He plays off a stun a lot. He does a lot from playing his pub 8-ball or snooker games. But, yeah, Cobra would be a lot more dangerous if he learned to play patterns like that. You know, he might run 500 balls.
How many points did Chiku get to 20 last night? Because Fast Eddie's he's on.
I think it was at 19. Let's see.
He's on the brink of having the biggest blitz of the tournament here. 29 he got. Did he get 29? Oh, Fast Eddie's going to be sweating here. This could be a blitz and a half. Cobra's already on 90. He's on 39. I think he's looking to get out here. Looking to get it over and done with. Oh, Shibo is back in VP4. He signed up for the 3 cushion.
Good.
Uh-oh. Well, that almost went pear-shaped. That ball is on the brink. 19 he got.
Honestly, with these pockets and the way these tables play in VP4, I think that, you know, if the better players kind of tuned up their straight pool games to the point where they were all playing good patterns and, you know, shooting the break shots right, you'd see some 500 ball runs. I really think you would.
Well, we won't, because the matches are only to 200 and 150.
Well, I mean,
oh, you're talking about setting up a match. I think the odds in that happening are slim to zero. Because like
Just
I
give me
say,
a
once
straight
this
bull
is
match.
over, it's blackball and three cushion next. They won't go near straight pull ever again until the next one comes round.
Well, Stubb sent me a some kind of Facebook message about wanting to play Cobra for 10,000,
Oh,
but of course he didn't say he was going to put it up. It's typical Stubb. you you got to look at the semantics.
it's good that he messages me a load of crap as well.
The thing is I'm not interested in anything where he doesn't put his own money up. It's just a waste of time.
Well, the thing is, Steve, you can edit his account and put the money up for him. You, you can edit the money out of his account, put it into a safe place, and that calls his bluff.
Now, this one I go forward every time. Go forward, you're going to catch a lot of the 6-ball and drive through this. He's not going to do that. He's going to hit this the wrong way, but I would go forward on this every time.
Well, I
'Cause
think he's going to have to cut
He got
the
away
floor,
with
has
it,
he?
but you know, see how the rack came apart? Couldn't hit it, didn't hit it that hard. I would have
He's going to have
gone
to cut
forward
the
on that
floor.
every time.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea, Steve. If Stubbs ranting on at you about a £10,000 stake, right? What you do is you take the £10,000 straight out of his account, make a note of it, and then send a message back to Stubbs saying, right, that's okay. I've got your 10,000, and I'm holding the bet, and I've got Cobra's bet. When do you want to play? And call his bluff, and say, by the way, go and check your account, and you'll see that that's true because you'll have emptied out 10,000 V dollars out of it.
Well, honestly, I'm kind of surprised we haven't had some big challenge matches in VP. I mean, in real life, you see it all the time. I've watched tons of big challenge matches. I've been at them. At Derby every year, there's a room they stream that it's a free stream. You can watch it. There's a room they stream where they play big matches. They're typically $10,000 to $20,000 matches, and I mean, I don't understand why we don't do that on VP4.
Well, there you go, semi-pro. That I've just said, how to call Stubbs' bluff. I mean, if you sit there waiting on him going into a room that's set up for him to, I don't think what did you set the total to again? You up to total in terms of what the stake can be, and I don't think it's as high as 10,000 though. I can't remember what you set it to, but anyway,
I can always up it more, but.
Yeah.
It's like, why when nobody uses it?
Yeah, well, that's the one way of calling Stubbs' bluff. Get the money straight out of his account and then tell him to check his account.
He's not going to play. He's all bark, no bite. Yeah. He will not play.
No, it was supposed to be 15,000 semi-pro, but it couldn't go. It didn't go as high as that. Remember, it didn't go as high as that.
Yeah, I mean, we ought to be having those matches. I mean, I'm sure you'd want to stream them, Hugh. It'd be good entertainment. I mean,
I did one, but I can't even remember what game it was.
Well, the thing that was happening a lot in real life was races to 100, 9-ball or 10-ball, more 10-ball. There was a lot of races to 100, and they'd usually split them into 2 or 3 days. The typical was 3 days, so at 33, they would stop. At 66, they would stop. And then obviously when somebody got to 100. The other thing that I've seen that was pretty cool was races to 21, got to win 2 out of 3. That was a pretty good format. Well, Spud Boy, you can always ask for a spot.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I mean,
that's the thing is ask for a big spot, and that's what happens in real life. Now, most of these big challenge matches that you see that are streamed, there's no spot. Some of them there are, but that's very common in real life. It's matching up, somebody gets some sort of spot.
Yeah, you should be asking for 6 and out, Spud Boy. Then take up, see how Semi fancies it. I'd be asking for something like that, and the bet would be like the bet would be $1,000 V. Being a Scot. Well, it's 56 so far from Cobra, and his 2 contributions have all been, his average is going up for this tournament at the end of this.
I'll tell you what, if you want to get better mentally, that's the way to do it. Gamble. It'll also make you practice harder, because there's nothing like losing for motivation.
The Spud Boy's taking it to the extreme. Race to 300. He once spotted 299. Well, he's 41 away from the finishing line. He's got the break ball in place.
Yeah, well, I'd take that bet, but €100 isn't very much. That's not really gambling. That's practice. Hell, I'd play him even for €100. I wouldn't even care if I lost. I mean, for that kind of money, I play everybody even. I mean, I've played a pretty large list of champions and pros with no spot.
Now, how do you play this,
or
Steve?
I'm going to lose $100 or $200.
Yeah, he is. He's checking it. He's got the left English on it to come back into the table. That'll do it.
See, in my mind, that's not gambling. Gambling's where when you lose, it hurts. I can afford €100. That's not going to hurt. €1,000, I'd start that might start to smart a little.
Hang on a minute. There we go. Well, the run ends in 60. Now, we'll say nothing about this. Fast Eddie's stuck there in 13. And he's 98 behind.
Yeah. Well, that's what's funny, Larry. Is these guys on VP4 are afraid to bet $1,000 V, and it's really not anything.
Oh, Eddie can't believe he's back at the table. I think he was getting the dinner ready or getting the lunch ready, whatever.
But I was never a really big gambler. I mean, I've seen people gamble real big. I never gambled really big.
Now, is he just going to roll this 12 in and come through rather than try to do damage now, or is he going to take the risk?
I would just roll through and shoot the 5. I would not shoot this into the pack.
He did what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, see, I would have never done that. It's too risky. I would have just rolled through, taken a 5, found a better, because that break shot could have gone wrong. You could have come out with nothing.
Well, I'll tell you this, semi-pro, and you know I can be trusted. I've got a PayPal account, right? Anybody wants to gamble for money, you can stick it into my PayPal account. I'll hold the pot, and I'll pay it out to whoever wins it. I can guarantee that. Well,
I've written part of the code to do challenge matches that are challenge rooms that are like, for $V. But I got unmotivated to do it after I put them into the match rooms, and nobody wanted to do it. I mean, I think it'd be fun even playing like,
Nope.
For a $5 to the winner, but
no, I don't need commission. No, I would do it. I would hold the pot and I would pay it out, and you would have proof that I've done it. Not a problem doing that.
Yeah, Spud Boy, I gambled more when I played pool. Now all I do is sit on the couch with my cat.
Well, you're going to catch the 13, I think, or is he trying to avoid the 13?
Yeah, and that's fine. Now you just roll up. You want to take that 5 ball. I would. That's one of those balls that's, it's blocking the 15. Just roll the 14 and shoot the 5. Get it out of there. Plus the 5 gets you on the 7.
I think that's the least of his problems. I don't like the 3 ball where it's sitting. Oh dear, there we go.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
Gosh.
Well, I think the fizz, if there was any, had just gone right out of past Eddie.
That's the kind of shot that, well, it was a little spinner, but that was kind of the shot that Federer Gorse missed yesterday. There's some head shaking going on.
Drug a comb across my head. He didn't drug a comb across his head. He dragged it across his head. Dragged the comb across my head.
That's what we need. We need VP4 karaoke night.
Oh, I'd get a copyright strike back. If you sing any song that's copyrighted, they'll do you for it. You know, unlawful performance and that type of thing.
Well, karaoke ought to count as a performance.
Well, there's karaoke. Yeah. There's karaoke songs on YouTube. There's loads of them. You know, but I think if you're doing a live stream and you start singing a song, they'll do you for it. Probably you'll get a strike.
Well, I know that some of them are picky. Like Facebook got real picky about it.
Facebook's terrible.
There was these guys streaming, and they were streaming great stuff. I mean, they were streaming some of these really good big money handicap bar table tournaments.
Yeah, but the thing about that pool hall is it music blaring out in the background about you.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying. This is what I'm explaining. What these guys did is they put their own music in to cover it up, and it was the most irritating song. And they played the same song over and over again. And I refused to watch the stream. I'm like, I either have to turn off the sound or I can't watch the stream because it was just terrible.
I just think it's so annoying. Even that US Open is so bloody annoying to have crap going on in the background. I don't know how the guys put up with it.
The players?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
It's just annoying. I mean, it's background noise that you'd well do without.
Hey, watch some of the big gambling matches from the Philippines. I mean, it's crazy, the distractions.
You know, the crowd 2 foot from the table, bawling and shouting.
You learn to play. You just learn to play with it. Because anything could happen. Guama. I don't know who Guama is.
Well, I think.
But if he's playing Beato's a tough guy to match up with. He just doesn't make too many mistakes.
That's dead set at 12 and 10. Absolutely stone dead. Doesn't need touched.
I haven't ever played Beato. I watched my buddy play him. He got drilled. I mean, it's just, you better bring it if you're playing him. Although he used to be more vulnerable. You know, he used to make more mistakes. A few years ago, he was making more mistakes. Now he just seems like he plays really solid all the time. And he gambles good. That's the thing about that guy. There's a few guys like that. James Aranis, he gambles really good. Dennis. Raga gambles pretty good. Baneros, he gambles pretty good. There's a bunch of guys that I don't know that well. I'm sure there's more guys that gamble good.
Well, if he's going to get to the finishing line and complete this rack, he's still got that issue right in the middle of the rack.
Well, Paul, that's how you get games. You give up a lot of weight. I mean, that's how you get guys to play. You know, when you play like Beato, you know that if you play really good and you just hardly ever give the guy a chance at the table, that you can win almost any weight you give up. It's just it just puts a lot of pressure on him to play really well when he gives up that kind of weight. One thing about Filipinos is they're not stupid gamblers. You know, if they're going to match up, they're going to get something that they like the game. They are not going to get in too many bad games, and
I don't
that
know.
means Beato's got to give up a lot of weight.
Yeah, he's trying to get out of there.
Now, I've trapped some Filipinos before. That's almost how you have to win money, because
This is going funny. He's okay
they don't
though, I
get in
think.
bad games too much.
Yeah, he's okay. But he's running out of options to get this problem dealt with. Now, has he got enough angle to spin this to the rail and he just brush that 3? He's not trying it, but the look of it, he's trying to get into them, yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't a bad play. I mean, because he had some shots no matter what. The 11 ball for sure. I mean, he may have to shoot it now, but
Well, they're still in the pack, so it's the 4 ball is the break ball.
Oh, he's got the 4. He's got the
12.
6.
6, it's a bit wider.
Well, I think.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
See, he probably was going to have to shoot the 6 next to get on the 1 or the 3, but I was just going to say that when he missed the 11.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing with the cue ball there. That'd be the one reason he missed the 11, if he was trying to do something with it, just to hold a line.
So how about Anton Raga, Paul? One of my favorite players. I've been harping about him for a few years now. He went from, he just started playing on Fargo rate. You know, he started playing around the world. He got on Fargo rate in May. It's now in September he got to number 2. Him and Fedor Gorst were tied, and Josh Filler was number 1. So in 5 months he went from not being on the rating system to number 2. What's that tell you about his future? He's going to win a lot.
Oh, can Eddie get good on this 4 ball?
Yeah, mark my words, you're going to see Raga winning a lot of big tournaments. That guy's the real deal.
Yeah, he's not in the ideal shape here playing this over the 4.
Well, this is one of those shots where you can come up way short or way long in the blink of an eye. I mean, this is a tricky shot. And now he's going to try to go forward. He could stun run this forward.
Now, why doesn't he play the 4 into the side? Can you? Well, I'm looking at that. You'd have to.
That's tough to get in the right spot.
Yeah, you'd have to put top right on that to get.
He's gonna try to back it up, and that's a good play there. He took a chance with the side pocket, but I like that play because, see, by getting the cue ball away from the object ball, it gives him a lot bigger area where he'll have a good shot. That was a nice play.
Well, he's under no pressure now. I mean, he just plays.
Now,
you know.
This one I would probably stun or draw. I'd probably draw this, and the reason why is because it's kind of high to go forward. You could go forward on this, but it's a little high. And the reason I say that is when you go forward on this, you risk the cue ball is going to hit like the 7 or the 15 in there. Then it'll loop around, and the 9 ball can come out and hit the cue ball and then have it go in the corner. So when it's this high, forward's not usually going to be the best approach. I hope you're paying attention, semi-pro.
This doesn't look good. This is, I mean, a good enough break, but yeah, well, he's got a very tight 1 ball into the side. He's right on top of it. That's about it. Unbelievable he's ended up like this.
Paul, it's like that for all good young players. I mean, we just saw Ko Ping Chung win the U.S. Open last night at 28, and I'll tell you, I've known that kid since he was 16. Great talent. I thought he'd be winning tournaments like that at 22 or 23, but it took him a long time, and you know, Raga, it may take him a few years before he starts winning a lot, but honestly, I don't think so. I think he won at least one pretty big tournament, and he's close. You don't get to second on that Fargo rate like that because what it means, that Fargo rating's like the VP4 ratings. The number's a little different, but it's computed kind of the same way. So you can't get to that high a rating without beating a lot of really highly rated players.
Now he's on that 10 ball to bump these two balls here. He's maybe bumping behind him off the 8.
I like running into the 12 here. I like going forward off the end rail and running into the 12 and shooting a 9. Well, see, that's what you didn't want to do. He just, that's just poor execution. I think he was trying to hit the 12, but he way over rotated that over. Yeah, that's. I mean, it's an example of the right idea and the wrong execution.
Where are you heading with that question, Slim? Do the Fargo ratings ever need adjusting?
Well, actually, they do, because the Fargo rating, well, I mean, they didn't have the bug that I had when we started, and that was just for point games. But the Fargo ratings aren't always and exactly accurate. Like me, for example, my Fargo rating's super low. I should be like low 700s, and I think mine's like 560 or 580 or something. But it's because I haven't played, so it's what they call a
numpty
rating. Unconfirmed. I think it's an unconfirmed rating or something because I've hardly played. But the other reason mine is low is because it kind of got the games I got in there are mostly from a BCA league where I just go in and drink, and I didn't care if I lost, and I didn't really want to have a high Fargo rate. Now, if you start playing a lot of tournaments, that are, unfortunately, league shouldn't even count. You start playing a lot of tournaments and you're playing for a bunch of money, where you're going to play, then the Fargo rating tends to go up. So I know guys that have Fargo ratings in like the low 700s that should be probably about a 600. That's how wrong it is because they just play league.
He's got to get cut up in this 3-ball. Yeah.
When you look at the pros and the amateurs playing in the big tournaments, their Fargo ratings are pretty legit.
And he's got to watch how he rubs off this other ball. He's got to watch how he rubs off this other ball.
Raga beat who 6 or 7? Okoyo's backer?
That's right.
Are you talking about Dennis playing Raga? Because for a while, Dennis owned Raga. I mean, Dennis was beating Raga every match they played for a while. I haven't watched much lately. Maybe that's changed.
Well,
Dennis was spotting Raga, and Raga couldn't win.
Now, is he leaving this? He's got to get through. He's going through.
Well, that just shows you how much better he's gotten. And this is what I'm talking about. I mean, I say this and people don't believe me. You want to get better, gamble. So Anton Raga kept playing Dennis Okoyo, or Okoyo. I don't know how you say it. I can never say his name. Anyhow, I thought that's what it was, but then I've heard Dennis say it was Okulio, or Okulio, something like that. It's not the normal double L in Spanish. At least that's how I've heard Dennis describe it. Oh, look at this. That's a nice looking break shot. So let's see what he does here. This one I'd probably stun this.
Eddie says you're getting scared yet. He's going to blow himself out of the water with that comment. He's got to get this now.
So to give you an idea, I was watching them play rotation, and Raga was getting spotted. Raga was getting spotted like at least 10 points. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was over 10 points. I think it was closer to 15. And Dennis is beating him. And then I watched him play 10 ball, and Raga got the 7 ball, and Dennis beat him. And Dennis just owned him, and now look how it is now. And this is only like maybe a couple years later. Paul's saying Raga beat him 6-7. So that's why I'm saying, you got to play, you got to gamble, you got to put yourself under pressure, because that's how you get better. And the guys that just keep going back, a lot of times you think this guy's a sucker. Like Dennis's backer probably thought Raga's got to be a sucker because he just keeps playing and losing and playing and losing. Well, guess what? He's not losing anymore. Yeah, well, and that's what I'm saying. Dennis and Carlo Beato would be considered the two best players in the Philippines until now, and neither one of them wants to play Raga. That's how good the guy's gotten. And he gambles good. His game's hit, and that's really the reason why he's doing well in tournaments, but he's not winning tournaments as much as he will, because the tournaments are different than gambling. In gambling, you can just open up and go, and if you make some mistakes, it doesn't matter because it's not over till it's over. You're playing a long match. You can always play another match. Until you say, I quit, I can't beat you, you haven't lost. Whereas in a tournament, it's one race and boom, you lose it. Now you're in a loser's bracket, and, all of a sudden it starts getting tough. So the mentality for tournaments is different. You just can't make mistakes. You got to play good all the time. And that's why learning to play tournaments is so hard.
Well, Fast Eddie's threatened to run out of gas here, the way this table's set up.
As long as he stays at the table, he's still got a chance.
Well, his chances are diminishing because these balls aren't sitting good, and there is one ball that can do damage, but he's nowhere near it. And that 14 ball at the back of the pack's the one you would get on to break stuff out, but he ain't there. He can do something with the one ball here, but
yeah, I'd rather see him use the 4 ball. You could hit this here, and it's probably okay because the 4 ball is going to help catch the cue ball, but I'd rather use the 4 ball.
Cobra says, sorry, didn't see the chat. I'm playing solitaire. Well, he's lucky he's got a bailout.
Well, I mean, they're hard to win the big tournaments. There's a lot of good players, but I will say, that certain guys have a big advantage, and they're the ones that are up on top. Josh Filler, Feder Gorst, was Shane. We'll see if Shane's still got any left in the tank.
Well, he's playing
Dennis was one of the guys. Carlo's never been.
No, he's not
that consistent. But I think Anton Raga will become one of the guys. He's got some tremendous advantage. His stroke, his ability to play big shots. He's a lot like Filler. He plays off stun a lot like Filler. He reminds me a lot of Filler. And Filler's had some ups and downs, but he's won a lot.
Well, Eddie's sort of scratching his head here. If he plays this 9, is he trying to get to the back of the pack, drawing back?
That's a good shot. He overcooked it a little, but that's a good shot. He's got the 7 ball. He's got the 14 ball. He's fine. Yeah, he's just got to figure out what to shoot. I'd almost be tempted to shoot the 6 just because it frees up the 4. It's just the angle's a little funny with the side pocket. Yeah, this is a little funny here because if he's going to shoot the 7, I'm not sure what he's playing for next. Maybe the 6.
He's going to have to hold it a bit here so it doesn't get away to leave this 6 ball.
Well, the problem with that shot is if you overrun it.
Like that, you mean?
Yeah, like that.
Well, he's got the combo. That's it.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, that was a chance he was going to be taken because the 14, it was the same situation. Either way, it was not going to be a shot where it wasn't going to be speed sensitive. But it's good to see Eddie making some sort of run here. I'd like to see him make a big run. Be great if we see him do his high run of all time.
Well, again, he's okay. 13 ball is a break ball. Now, if you were there, again, it's... Well, I'm assuming it's going to be the 13.
I'll tell you what, Europe's got one really great young player, that Alexa Peschels. That kid can play. He really impressed me. He's gonna be a force to be reckoned with. But I think Raga's got the highest gear of any of the young players right now. The U.S. really doesn't have any good young players that I know of. I mean, it's hard to call Skyler a young player anymore. I guess Chris Reinhold, he's not looking like he's going to be a world beater. I mean, I know Chris. He's from my area in California.
Right, let's look at other alternatives here. There's not really other alternatives. I'm looking at how... See, the 13's quite a way away from the pack, so he's going to be going the sort of conventional route, you would think.
You know, in golf, they got the Ryder Cup, and then they did the President's Cup, which was U.S. against everybody but Europe. I think that for pool that they ought to do the U.S. against the Philippines. I think that would be cool to get the Philippines in one of those team matches. Not that the U.S. is going to be favored to ever win that, but...
Well, he's checking this up. Oh, he's going to have to... Oh, watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball.
He hit it good. He's fine. The good thing about this is you just make the ball. You want to hit this with top. You want to force it through the rack. You just... It's a pretty natural shot. This shot is a shot that, straight pool players don't miss too often. You don't have to do anything with a cue ball, just top and hit it. I think the tendency on this shot, anyways, for me, is to overcut it.
Well, he's taking his time about it.
Yeah, well, you should. This is a big shot. This shot's at enough angle and off the rail that even in real life, a pro is not guaranteed to make the shot. They usually will.
Oh, he's nailed it.
Yeah, he hit it perfect.
Well done.
And he hit it, I like the way he put some speed on it. The cue ball actually came off the top of the rack, which surprised me a little. I didn't think he'd get up on that high on the rack. But
well, he's going to have to play either the 5 or the 9. Now, is that a combo there? It looks pretty good, I think. That
yeah.
6 and 12, it's dead.
Yeah, it's not quite dead. You got to cut it a bunch. But
dead a wee bit,
enough.
but dead easy to make if you're anywhere near it. And in fact, he could do that now off the 15.
I'd shoot the 15 and run into the 2 and split those balls because you've got the combo from there. Well, I would have hit it harder than that. Well, he can shoot the combo now if he wants. It's sitting good for it. Maybe bring the cue ball around. Yeah, you gotta be a little careful here what you do with the cue ball, because Yeah, see, that was not the way to shoot that.
Well, again, he's got a bailout.
Yeah, well, you know, he got lucky there. He could have rolled up on the back of the 11 and been done.
Run goes to 37. Needs to be a lot more than that, though. And he does need to run his high score for the tournament, or his high run for the tournament here. It has to go on this visit. And he's still away from that. He's 30 away from tying his high run. Watch the cue ball. Watch the cue ball. There we go. And it's all over.
Yeah, that was an unforced error. It probably is all over.
So the run ends on 37, losing that point for the scratch. Cobra comes to the table. 1-2-8.
And, you know, if you were going to pick a guy who was going to finish it off and not dog it, it would be Cobra. Yeah, he just doesn't dog it that much. He's more likely to make a mistake with the cue ball than he is to dog a ball.
A little nudge. Just
I would be nudging the 4 ball here, not the 2.
I think you're right, but again, where he is on that 6, he can dink that in and stun up and get on that 4.
He's going to come around and shoot the 14. Oh, he didn't. He went for the 4. Oh, and that's nice. He got in a great spot because he can go 4-2. Maybe 4-2-11 or 4-2-8 up table. Be nice to shoot the 8 up table just to get it out of there. Well, not from that angle. He's not. You could soft draw this back into the 8-7. You gotta be a little careful doing that. That's what he's gonna do. And that's why you gotta be a little careful. He's still got the 11. That was kind of his outlet ball.
So 1-3-3. Needs another rack, obviously, but the next rack will win him the match.
Yeah, I like what he's doing here. See how he didn't leave the shot above the 14? I like that. Of course, he might have just gotten straight.
He's gone.
Which is fine.
Straight.
I mean, he'll just have more angle here. And see, like to me, this is a great break angle. This one you gotta be a little careful of. You either gotta go forward or you gotta hit this with draw. I wouldn't stun it, even though it looks like stun's okay, and it might be. I'd never trust it. Yeah, he's gonna draw it. I think that was a good decision because it started going forward.
Well, he's going to go for the breakout straight away here off that 12, I would imagine. I mean,
yeah, maybe. I mean, you got to hit that pretty hard because it goes in that pocket there. If you don't hit it hard, if you're going to shoot the break shot here, you got to put speed on it. And he did.
That worked. That worked. They're all there now. And he's 11 away.
Now, this is one time you don't necessarily have to worry about the blocker. I wouldn't play to get to the 2. I'd play a combo, and mainly just because it's hard to get out of there.
Yeah, it's not a problem.
The thing about combos is you can leave balls awkward if you're not careful. But if he hits us the right way, he'll be, yeah. So that gets rid of anything that could be awkward, having the ball go in.
So, almost 90 minutes for this match.
Well, you know, Tim, I think there have been some issues, kind of a rare blue moon issues, but the guy in the control should be able to save it if he's still connected to the room. I think if you become disconnected, it could be a problem. Well, Martin, he doesn't always make it look as easy as he could, but
Well, I'll tell you,
he doesn't mess up a lot of he doesn't miss a lot of balls.
the one thing that's becoming apparent is that all these guys, I don't know whether they realised how good a chance they had of doing things at this stage in the tournament, but they've all failed. They've all failed to perform or raise their game. They've not been up to the task. I'm disappointed.
Are you talking about Eddie?
I'm talking about not just Eddie, I'm talking about Eddie, Chiku, all the other guys that have been in at this stage, and they're all sort of.
Look who they're having to play.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But if you're going to raise your game, now's the time to do it, and it ain't happening. And it's.
Well, I mean, Cobra's played pretty good, and Cobra and Semi-Pro played pretty good against Chico. That's the thing is when you raise your game, you can only raise it so much. You know, when you're a 150 to 40 or 50 score kind of situation, and you get 60 or 70, you have raised your game. You still lost though.
Well done to Cobra. In the end, another comfortable victory. The errors early on for Fast Eddie, right off the bat for Fast Eddie, because I was out of sync. That let Cobra get started. So it's another comfortable win, and we'll get confirmation on the bracket. This carry on here, this is what bugs me. This 30-second drop down carry on. Get rid of that and just default it to 30. That saves us messing about with that.
Well, I would disagree with that, Paul. I think Cobra could run 200 easy if his game gets a little better. He needs to play better patterns. And just for your info, his high run right now is a 197. I think Cobra could run 500 if his pattern play was better.
So, Cobra lies in wait for the loser of that match there, MC Clarkey and Acero. Quick look at the remaining schedule, and as you can see, there's just that one match left, which will be Tuesday afternoon, 5 p.m. My time. That will be noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific.
And that's the one I'm probably going to miss.
And whoever loses that, now that honestly could go any way, that match. I'm expecting that to be pretty close, because let's have, in fact, just to confirm that, let's just have a look at these two guys' stats in the tournament. MC Clarkey and Acero. If we can find them. Acero, his high run, let's just put them in order. Acero's high run is what, 71? And Matt's is 88, so they're pretty evenly matched in terms of how they've done high runs. Matt's still in third on his high run. Acero is there or thereabouts. So I think, and of course the other stat to look at is what their average is, and Acero's average is 23. I think it is, isn't it? Yeah, 23, and Matt's is only 18. So I suppose that'll give or take how many matches they've played, but
well, it's not just matches, but how much safety battles they've been in. So you know, you just actually that's a run. I take it back. That doesn't take safety battles. Points per turn figure safety battles.
But points per turn 15 and what 11 for Matt. So actually points as Acero being the slight favourite in my book.
Well, the way I see their games, I think Acero has more pool knowledge. I think he does some fairly advanced things. Not that he's really a straight pool player, but Matt is kind of he's one of these guys that if he shows up and plays good, he's probably going to win.
Am I right in thinking that, see, Acero's like 200 points scored behind Matt? Was Acero not due to play 1-1-1 before Twitted? Or did I get that wrong? No, it was Botman.
Yeah, you're right. No, the next match.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. But
or was it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right.
I would say Acero's a slight favorite, with a caveat that I think if Matt plays well, he'll win, because Matt plays pretty good when he gets rolling.
Right, well, it's another win for Cobra. So the next match is Tuesday. Of course, people over here would be either coming home from work or having dinner. So if you can't be there, it will be on YouTube, as this one will be on the playlist for the tournament. And also, I'm just going to do the same thing again. Hang on a minute. Show banners. A quick update. If we look at the Black Ball tournament, which starts on, when does it start? That's October the 21st. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in it. And I think we've got 1 or 2 more in the 3-cushion one.
Yeah, last Black Ball tournament we had a full field of 32.
Yeah, we've still got 1, 2. Well, Shebo went in today. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's 8, so that's an even tournament already.
I don't know if we'll get 32 in
no
3-cushion. I doubt it, but we need to get at least 16. I think, because I think the tournament minimum set at 16.
Don't remove the 30 seconds thing. No, I'm not talking about removing it. Remove the drop down and have it defaulted to 30 seconds, so we don't need it. It's just another annoying thing you have to fiddle with.
That's not happening.
That's
just to be clear.
That's one of those can't be bothered doing it moments there.
No, it's not a can't be bothered doing it. I told you the other day when we talked about this. I have a reason for that.
Yeah, he gave us technobabble.
You just don't like my reason.
Yeah, it's technobabble. It's just another technobabble answer to saying no, I can't be bothered. Right. Well, that is it.
See what I got to put up with, guys.
It's coffee time for me, and I'm going to watch at the end of the snooker, the final between Mark Williams and Mark Selby. Williams had a 5-3 lead at the end of the afternoon session, race to 10. I'm going to hopefully see more of that when this is done. Thanks to Steve for joining us. Thanks you guys for your participation. Hope to see you on Tuesday afternoon, and if you can't be there, watch it on YouTube later. So until then, take care. And we'll see you later.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for streaming, Hugh. Good night.
Good night.